Welcome, 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 welcome. Alright, y'all, we got some weather to talk about. As one tropical system clears out, another one starts. And welcome to October, where basically we go every October with seeing some type of landfalling tropical system somewhere in the United States. Most times that's the Gulf. So we've got things to track, we've got things to talk about, we've got a lot of interesting things as we enter the next 2 weeks. We've got multiple tropical threats, potentially one already highlighted. We've also got the potential for some of the coldest air of the year, 20s and teens for some people potentially coming up next week. We've got a heat wave this week, possibly some snowfall for some people. So a lot of things to talk about here as we go into the first of the month. I want to start out with the tropics. First off, welcome in, guys. I appreciate y'all for being here. Bro and Justin, good to see you guys on YouTube. Thank you guys for all the gifts. Kate, Megan, thank you guys very much. KT, Liz, all of y'all in here, Hopi, and Danica, good to see you guys in here. All of my weather team as well, good to see you guys in here. Thank y'all for hopping in. I will let you guys know this will be a pretty brief stream, about 30 minutes to an hour, and then we're going to do a gaming stream afterwards. So if you guys would like to hang out for that afterwards, we're going to do that tonight as well. If you guys have not wished Rochelle a happy birthday, please make sure y'all go to her video and wish her a happy birthday. I've been out with her today, hanging out with her and having fun with her, so it is her 26th birthday. She does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for the team as well as the streams, so make sure if y'all have not followed her, y'all go over there and show her some love on her video, because she deserves it. She does a lot of amazing things, and I would not be streaming, guys, if it was not for Rochelle. I want you guys to know that, like, if it wasn't for me being able to move up here and being a part of her life and being a part of the kids, all of that lovely stuff, I would not be doing this for you guys. So it really goes to her at the end of the day. So thank you guys for all the gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you, Katie. Good to see you. All right, let's chat. What's going on in the tropics here? We've got Hurricane Imelda still existing. Humberto is no longer a storm. It does not exist. It basically got, what's the word here? It basically merged with Imelda later on this morning, and we now have a Category 2 hurricane. It is barreling towards Bermuda as we speak, expecting this system to eventually move its way well out to sea, not expecting any United States impacts. And really, in reality, much of the United States, with the exceptions of the West Pacific, are going to be pretty nice this week. We're actually going to have a pretty nice heat wave over much of the peninsula, as we will talk about that here later on in the stream. Kate, thank you for all the gifts. Katie, thank you for all the gifts. I appreciate you guys. Ashley, good to see you. I just saw you live a few minutes ago, so I appreciate you for popping in. All right, let's talk here. So what is in the future here? We all know that October is known for producing ridiculous weather, whether it's severe weather, whether it's snow, whether it's Arctic air blast, whether it's tropical storms or hurricanes. We have got to watch October. We have been very, very lucky and very fortunate to not have any type of landfalling tropical systems or hurricanes so far this year. We have had close calls. We just had the closest call this week, or this past week. We got very lucky. I don't think that is going to happen as we go into October, and there are a lot of reasons, and we'll talk about that. We are about to see a very, very, one of the most impressive setups for tropical systems in the Gulf and in the Caribbean that we've had all year as we go toward October 10th and beyond. Our MJO phase is about to highly favor rising air into the Gulf and the Caribbean, allowing for tropical cyclone development to be the best it's been all year. And we all know most of our tropical systems that happen in October typically come from the Gulf, or they come from the Caribbean. So I'm actually quite as well shocked that we have not got anything highlighted yet in this area, because there is a lot of model support out there for something in the longer range time frame past that October 10th time frame. But we all know NHC this year has been a little bit more conservative. So if you guys can see on the top left of your screen, that yellow blob, that is the area to watch. I'll pull that up here in a second. Our area to watch is still off the coast of Africa. So the next system that we are officially watching is right here. That is the wave. This will be emerging off the coast of Africa by really in the next 48 to 72 hours. You guys can see this wave of convection down here. Let me highlight this pen a little bit more. Once again, this is the area that we're watching. This is the tropical wave. This area back over here, not going to do much. This is just a ball of convection, not seeing anything developing really with that, at least as of right now. The National Hurricane Center doesn't see anything with that, so we're not too worried about the system here. But this is an area of what we call monsoonal troughing. So a lot of times late in the season here, really, you know, anytime during the hurricane season, we can see this basically trough as we see troughs move through the United States. This is just a belt of moisture that continually trains across the area. What's going to be interesting is there's actually a little disturbance embedded in here that this tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa is going to merge with. And by the time we get closer to next week, we're not expecting a named system anytime soon. This is going to take some time to get itself together. As we've seen with all of our tropical waves that have come off the coast of Africa this year, they typically take about 10 to 14 days before they even get close to the United States. And that's going to be the same player. So more than likely, the next name on the list here is going to be Jerry. That's the next tropical system name that we are watching for, which is kind of weird, but anyways, Jerry, and then we have the Karen name. Karen will be interesting. We'll talk about Karen in a minute. If Karen happens, it'll more than likely be in the Gulf, and God forbid we get Karen in the Gulf. That's something we literally were talking about all year long this year. Are we going to get Karen to form in the Gulf? If that happens, I'm sorry for anybody that lives in the Gulf. That hurricane will probably be wild. But anyways, excuse me. Anyways, that will be the second name that we talk about behind Jerry, but this is more than likely going to get the name Jerry as we go into next week. I want a stomach named after me. That's crazy. But yeah, like I said, we'll be watching this wave here. Like I said, it's just one of those things that we have to watch at the end of October. So we'll see what happens with this. The National Hurricane Center, as of right now, let's pull that up. Get this pulled up for you guys here. There it is, right there. So we now have a 20% chance of tropical cyclone development. Most of this wave will generally, once it emerges off the coast here, we'll probably get that X. The X pops up when we officially have that wave to watch for here, but there's a general consensus of kind of a 50-50 split. So we'll run over the ensembles here in just a moment. Imelda, like I said, moving out to sea, not expecting anything here. There's also a chance we could see some tropical cyclone development as we go toward the 10th and beyond. I'm not too focused on this area right now. This is the area that we're going to watch. So 20% chance of development. All of our waves that typically come off the coast of Africa, they typically start with a 20% chance, and then they go up over time. This number will probably go up over time, and that's just due to the probabilities of there being development. Right now, we have a split ensemble ratio of this system tracking west, or this system kind of going here, maybe the system going here. Once again, we are just in la-la land in terms of where is the system going to go. We all know that we have to check a box list here when we watch tropical systems. We got to wait for a system to develop. We got to wait for spaghetti models to get onto it, and then we kind of watch from there. The good thing is we're not going to see anything like we saw with Imelda and Umberto, where we've got two systems, around each other, and the complication of a forecast getting out is impossible. The good thing with this system is it'll be by itself. We'll have hopefully some good ensemble agreement. That way we can let people know what's going on. I'll talk about all the runs here in just a moment, but I expect this number to go up. Also, we will be watching for potential for favorability here as we get closer to the month. So something to make note of there. Once again, we have Imelda. Imelda is still a Category 2 hurricane moving off here. Bermuda sits right here. Bermuda is about to get a landfalling hurricane in the next 5 to 10 hours, low-key, literally, actually, like literally probably less than that. So we'll be, watching out for Bermuda. Thoughts and prayers go to anybody that is out there with that system to deal with here. So we will be watching that very, very, very closely. Other than that, really not too much to talk about. Let's talk about ensembles, right? So here is the latest GFS ensembles. You can see a pretty big split here with the ensembles. My issue is this. Both the European and the GFS and the Google Deep AI models do have something developing in this region here. This would be where development would potentially start, maybe towards, Monday or Tuesday. We're probably not going to see this system organized probably until the beginning of next week. And you're like, well, that's 6 days out. You're right. It's going to take time for this thing to get organized. So it's how these waves always work. I want you guys to understand these ensembles, these go out to next Friday, October 10th. So 9 days from now is when we may have potential impacts with land masses. That's a big if. And I want you guys to know this is probably going to be the most interesting system to watch so far. And the reason why that is because we do have the potential for this system to go into the Caribbean. We've not had any tropical systems in the Caribbean or in the Gulf yet at all this year. And the water temperatures, I want you guys to know, are the hottest that they have been on record, basically. So we are looking at very, very favorable conditions. This is going to help aid in tropical cyclone development, not only just here, but off the gyro as we go toward the middle and end of the month of October. So that's an area we'll be watching for. We'll talk about some runs there, but there's a 50-50 split on GFS right now. We'll get more of an idea on where this is going to go. Most of the ensembles do kind of agree here with that Western trend, and we've really got to watch these systems that enter down here. We haven't yet to see that happen yet, and most of the time when these systems do come into the Caribbean, they typically either go this direction, some can go this direction, or most of the times a lot of them go up in here. And if we get a long tracker up into here, we all know that's a recipe for disaster, and we don't want to see that happen. But I want you guys to know, if you live in the Gulf or on the Gulf, if you live in Florida, if you live in the Bahamas, if you live anywhere in this vicinity right here, this is the month where we see most of our hurricane landfalls. And I know everybody's like, they were talking about Aaron and all of these other systems this year that we've had hitting the United States. Why should we believe that this one is? Because October climatology says so. Hopefully we don't get any landfalling storms. If we can go the month of October without a landfalling tropical storm or hurricane, I will be absolutely shocked, because most of the times than not, we typically see a landfalling system in October somewhere in the United States. It happens almost every single year. So there's not been a time where that's really happened out here. I just noticed you guys cannot see the screen. That is actually my bad. So thank you for that, Mama. I appreciate you there. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Anyways, as I was saying here, watching, where does this go? It's split 50-50. Those are the latest GFS ensembles here. These are still updating, so we'll kind of see as time goes on here. Most of them like this system going out to sea. We'll see what happens if it develops further west. Could go west, could go north. We'll get into more of that next week. Like I said, I'm going to tell you guys right now, as I think Critty just said in the YouTube chat as well, I am very, very concerned for the rest of the month. I think October is going to be a ridiculous month in terms of tropical development closer to home, meaning we have the gyro. If you guys don't know what the gyro is, it's basically a meteorology term. We have a big ball of low pressure that typically rotates around Central America this time of the year. This is where we watch tropical systems at the beginning of the hurricane season and at the end of the hurricane season. A lot of the models do show the potential for something toward the middle of October, somewhere in the Gulf, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. I want you guys to understand something. The water temperatures in the Gulf and in the Caribbean are very, very supportive. We could easily get 1, 2, or 3 major hurricanes in the Gulf with the water temperatures being the way they are. There's about a million other factors that come with tropical cyclone development other than just the warm waters, meaning no shear or dry air interaction, all that stuff. But just with the water temperatures being the hottest that they have been basically in recorded history, we have the potential to see multiple systems in the Gulf over the next 30 days. I absolutely think it is 100% possible. It's just, are they going to happen, and where is it going to happen at is the biggest question. Time will tell as we go through the next couple of weeks here and we see what October plays out. But I do think October is going to be a hectic month. I've actually been very concerned that we've not had anything because of that. We could see, like I said, we could see some pretty significant issues with this going into the future here. So I want you guys from Texas all the way to Florida being prepared. I want you guys in the Leeward Islands, the Lesser Antilles, Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida, you name it. I want you guys being on watch mode, okay? Because like I said, especially once we get past the 10th of October and we see our MJO phase change and we see more rising air in and around the Gulf and in the Caribbean, that is going to allow for abundant tropical support. So whether that means landfalls, in Mexico, Central America, wherever, we'll get into more of that when the future gets here. That's, something in the longer range to talk about. So I'm not too concerned right now about this tropical wave that we're watching. We'll keep you guys updated. The general consensus potentially pulls this system out to sea. Some do take this further west. Some take this closer to the northeast. There is, like I said, a bunch of different scenarios. This is all the way out, guys, to Monday the 13th, meaning we are going to be watching this tropical wave that the National Hurricane Center has highlighted for the next 14 plus days, if not longer than that. This could be a 2 to 3 week system that we are watching. I know that sucks saying that because people want answers, but once again, I don't have those answers. It's not going to be figured out anytime soon. So, like I said, this is definitely something that we are going to be watching very significantly. I believe Critty is also talking about in the YouTube chat as well. This is something that the Tropical Climate Prediction Center has put out as well. That is not what I wanted. There it is. This is something we have to watch. So this is the Global Tropical Hazards Outlook. This basically shows us where development could be at between October 8th and October 14th. We do have the potential, about a 20% chance of a tropical system maybe forming somewhere here in the Gulf. This is the area that we're actually watching right now that'll actually move through next week that the National Hurricane Center already has highlighted. And for the first time this year, and Critty just said this in the chat as well, for the first time this year, we actually have a 40% chance of tropical cyclone formation, 1, 2, or 3 storms between October 15th and October 21st down here into the general area where most of our hurricanes form this time of the year. And most of them either go this direction, they go this direction, some can go this direction, and some can even go out this direction. So there is a multiple of scenarios that we're going to have to watch for. And like I said, it is going to get busy at some point. I've been saying that all year. We've been off and on busy here and there, and whether it be severe weather, covering tropical systems, October is known for ridiculous situations. And like I said, it's just a matter of time before something happens. So we'll be keeping you guys updated on that there. Also, if you guys don't know, this is the one time I'm going to say this, but with the government shutting down last night, the hurricane hunters will not be flying out into storms. That is due to part of that government shutdown. So the good news is we don't have any tropical systems right now, but if this shutdown does not stop, by the time we get to next week, we may have no hurricane hunters flying into storms, which is going to be an issue. So we may have impacts in terms of accuracy and forecasting if that does not change into the future. So I don't ever talk about politics in my stream, and I'm not going to, but this does play a huge role in forecasting for hurricane season in terms of October, because if this doesn't lift, we don't get recon out there, and recon is very important to getting that raw data in. So for my weather team, I did not know if you guys knew that or not, but that is the case here. Welcome to 2025, where this year has been interesting in hell. So I will mention that if anything changes, I'll let you guys know, but as of right now, that does not to be it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting is all I'm going to say. So anyways, let's talk again to let's go back to the ensembles here for just a moment. We'll take a look at some global models. Let's see here. Let's go look at the European from today. All right, so European ensembles from this afternoon also show the system. You can see still a split ratio of where these are going to go. Most of them actually take this toward land masses. Then you can see a couple little areas to watch here for tropical cyclone development as we go towards the 10th and beyond. Like I said, that's what we're going to be watching for here. But I'm not too concerned about this right now. This will be something we watch for after October 10th. This is the wave that we're watching. Like I said, does this go out to sea? General view here of it going north. But like I said, we won't know too much in terms of where the system's going to go until we actually get a named storm. So can you guys hear me in the stream okay? I've got people saying they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? There shouldn't be an echo, and I should be as loud as I possibly can. Okay, I think people are just trolling is what it is, but it's fine. Anyways, yeah, we were very lucky with Aaron. That is also very, very true. So, yeah, I think people are just trolling, which sounds about right. We get little kids in here all the time. So, anyways, as I was saying, though, we'll watch that Google Deep AI, which did an amazing, amazing job in terms of the potential scenarios with what we just had, split verification on where this next system's going to go. Most of them take it out to sea, with still some taking it west here. So a big split here. Where is this going to go? Because ultimately, if this tropical wave ends up going west towards the islands here, then we have to worry about this area. If it goes out to sea, then we don't have to worry about much because that's where most of our systems have gone. And then we, like I said, also have to watch for as well down here as we go past the 10th of October. So once again, a lot of areas to watch, and we are going to have updates every day. We're going to have live streams every single day. This is definitely something I'm concerned about in the future here. So we'll have to see. I'm not going to really too worry about what the Dermatistic runs. I want you guys to remember, we're in hurricane season. Any model run, the GFS, the Euro, the Icon, the Euro AI, the Canadian, the German, any of these model runs that are over 200 hours out, let alone 150 hours out, if you're seeing like 300 hours out like this, let's just show the latest run. This is over 350 hours out, and it's showing a major hurricane again off the East Coast. This is way too far out to forecast. There's no skill in forecasting this. This is absolutely invalid, and the models are going to change every single time they update. This is the update that just updated now. We have the 18Z, 300 hours out, showing a major hurricane off the East Coast. If we look at the lunchtime run from this afternoon, this is why you don't trust forecasts this far out. It showed the same system in the Gulf. The same exact system on the lunchtime run in the Gulf. The 18Z showed it way over here, and this morning's run put it also way over here. So what I'm getting at is we can't forecast tropical systems, guys, 300 hours out. There's no skill to that. So when you see people post model runs on social media, especially on TikTok, because they want to make money and because they want to clickbait and scare you and show something like this, oh, a major hurricane October 15th hitting Key West, hitting Florida, brace for impact, like that's insanity. Do not buy that crap. It's people not understanding weather and not knowing what they're doing, and they know what they are doing because they're doing it to scare you. So don't buy that crap. It's stupid. I will never post that, and I will never talk about it because there's no forecasting. There's no skill to forecasting that whatsoever, and it's also just untrustworthy as hell. I don't know why people do that, but they do it because they do it. So other than that, once again, this is the wave. We got a 20% chance of tropical cyclone formation in the next 7 days. I do expect this number to increase as time goes on. Right now, the general consensus of the models does have this going west. Some do take this further northwest. Time will tell. We have a lot of time to watch this wave, but I do think in the next couple of days, we'll probably have something highlighted somewhere down here. We'll see what happens. Maybe something down here. So it's just a matter of time, but a lot of people are going to pay attention once something gets highlighted in the Gulf or the Caribbean, because that'll be the first time this year we see something like that. So outside of that, do you guys have any tropical weather questions for me before we transition over to global patterns? Like I said, we'll have weather updates every day. We'll have stream updates every single day. Once we get something to track, we'll be tracking it. So that'll be, we'll have updates for you guys about 24/7 with this. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm actually going to show you guys something here as well. Let's go take a look at our analysis here. Let's look at our water temperatures. Anything towards the Pacific that might bring moisture back? Yes, Liz, we're actually watching a potential tropical system at the end of this week into next week that could bring a potential tropical storm into the Baja California area and then surge moisture upwards. So yeah, Critty, honestly, with the guidance right now, it doesn't have that system until after the 10th. So more than likely right now, we probably won't see something highlighted until next week. I would say early next week. We may get something in the future. There's not a lot of guidance like what we're seeing with the wave that's already out there now. But there's some, so it'll probably be highlighted in the future. So basically be forming. It's not guaranteed to be a hurricane. We got to get a tropical depression. We got to get a tropical storm before we worry about a hurricane. We can see things downtrend significantly and we can see things uptrend, but this is going to be the most favorable time of the year for tropical systems to develop into hurricanes. Absolutely possible. What is the chance of having a Cat 3 hit the U.S. in the month of October? Pretty decent, actually. I don't know the percentages. I don't do those math percentages, but I would say it's pretty decent because history says so. Climatology says so, so that matters significantly. Doesn't mean we're going to get one, but it does matter. We already are watching that right now. So here are the latest water temperature updates. This will update again too once Imelda passes through. But look at this, guys. Anything that tracks west here, anything that tracks west. You look at these Gulf temperatures, these Caribbean temperatures, they are boiling water. Not literally boiling, but it's very, very hot. So if we take a tropical system with no shear and no dry air, and we put it over the Caribbean, we put it up here into the Gulf, we take something tracking like this, this is a recipe for disaster. This is absolutely going to be awful. If we get any type of tropical development in the Gulf, it is more than likely going to rapid intensify into a major system. It happens more times than not. And I'm not doing that to scare anybody. I'm giving you guys the legit factual evidence and information on why this happens. So, you're fine, Kayla. You shouldn't be. Let me double check here. I haven't done anything at all. Let me double check for you. Yes, basically in a nutshell, yes, Jay. We have about 1 million other different things that we look at behind the scenes that I'll talk to you guys more about if there is a concern eventually at some point. But right now, yes. In a nutshell, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I'm trying to double check and make sure that one of my leads are not blocked accidentally. They shouldn't be. Excuse me. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm ready to get busy with some weather coverage. We have been so on and off the last couple of months. It's driving me crazy. I am ready for some weather to happen. Not gonna lie. I won't say that Southern. Florida can have, like, guys, we just had Milton hit October last year. We had Milton hit Tampa, Florida as a Cat 3 hurricane in October last year. October is known for close to home systems. I will not rule out any landfalls in Florida or anywhere. There's no way of saying that. It's possible. It's possible Texas could see action. Absolutely. Nobody's ruled out for anything. Absolutely. Especially when we get things going off the CAG. Where is my... There it is. Yeah, Kayla, I don't see you on the block list, so you shouldn't be. Yeah, you're fine for me. Yeah, we're literally friends, Kayla. You're fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, I literally have you, I have you on here. You're fine. I don't know what's going on. Okay, but anyways, yes, those are those water temperatures. So once again, this is the area that we are watching now. This is from the National Hurricane Center as of this afternoon. So we have a 20% chance of development right now. And then we'll see this number probably go up over time, probably 30 and then 40. And then we'll, go up as things happen. So do you expect the lemon to potentially somewhere in the... Yeah, I was gonna say, Curdy, I think I answered that already. Yeah, potentially down the road, yes. Absolutely. So... the yellow area, actually, our tropical wave is still on the coast of Africa. It has yet to come off the coast. Our tropical wave is going to be fresh off the wave or off the coast in just a little bit. Let me get this pulled back up. There it is. This is our wave right here. That is our wave. So this is what will be moving west-northwest on a general path here over time. Let's go back and see if the GFS is still doing the thing here. Yeah, we're going to talk about those colder temps here in just a moment. Yeah, the models get very spread out, but interestingly enough, Most of them do take this on a northwest trend, so there's a pretty big spread, at least as of now, until we get a formation here. But this is kind of the spread on this wave, which generally this year we've seen most of these storms that come off the coast of Africa move out to sea. We've got lots of fronts coming in this time of the year, so I would almost expect this system to go out to sea, but there's no skill in trying to say that right now because we have no idea. But just looking at the models right now, this is a pretty decent idea, but it's not set in stone by any means. There's still a bunch that take this further west here. The MJO, or not MJO, but the main development region, it's active in different, it's active at different times during the different years. So like last year, we didn't see a lot of waves due to dry air. Most of the season this year, we didn't see a lot of waves until we got towards September because of the MJO post. So basically the MJO is a phase that goes around the globe that enhances rising air. And when rising air happens, it allows for tropical systems to develop. And so we just typically September, October, November have more tropical waves coming off the coast of Africa. If there's enough support out there with the atmosphere, it'll have a tropical system happen, but it's normal to see this. This is what we typically see. That's why we call it the main development region, because most of our waves come off the coast. No severe weather in the Ohio Valley anytime soon. No, not as of right now. So let's talk, guys. Let's actually talk about that. Let's look at our jet stream here going into the next couple of days. Let me go ahead and switch back over here so you guys can see what we're looking at. This is the 500 millibar jet stream. We're going to use a little bit something different here today. And you guys can see jet stream. Here comes our trough. So this is something we're going to have to watch going into this weekend. There is a very small chance for severe weather. I would say on Saturday or Sunday, we're going to have this neutral, almost negatively tilted trough with a pretty decent little amount of shear that's going to be ejecting off the Rockies here. And we could get some severe weather off the exiting portion of that trough from like Kansas up towards North Dakota and South Dakota here. So that's what I was about to say. The instability for this does not really support anything. We've just not had a lot of instability, you know, boiling up here. So the odds of there being a big time severe weather event or really any severe weather with this trough are going to be pretty much marginal at this point. So I don't expect too much. I don't really see any big time severe weather events anytime soon. You can even see a tropical system down here in the West Pacific as we go towards next week. But taking a look at the global pattern into next week, we're going to have cold air, guys. We are actually going to have a shot of some very cold air coming down off of Canada, as we typically see this time of the year. We see those battles of seasons happening. We'll have a ridge over the Gulf here, so that will kind of potentially draw any tropical systems here, or, you know, draw them to the east, something to kind of note of as we go into the rest of our hurricane season here. But definitely going to be supportive for a lot of troughs coming down, and this is going to help. Oh, there we go. This is going to help support, you know, cold air ridging. There's that tropical system that the models had. This is where it stops at. But what I'm getting at is we're very close to this snow severe weather pattern setup again, and that's typical as we go toward the end of the month. So just kind of something to look at here. We can take a look at those, I believe, temperature anomalies. Let's see. I may have to look at a different one with this. That's not what I wanted to see. Hold on. Let's see here. That's not also what I want. I'm using something different today, so bear with me, guys. I thought that was my temperature anomalies. Well, I guess we'll just come back to that because it's being weird. I don't know why the temperature plots are doing that. Ooh, we have theta E on there. That's going to be for use for later. I think I found it. There we go. Temperature anomalies through the next couple of days here. And you can see pretty big ridge. Most of the United States is going to be pretty warm over the next week and a half here as we have this upper level ridge kind of hanging out in place. We could even see temperatures 20 to 30 degrees above average up here into the Minnesota, North Dakota corridor as we go toward the end of this week and into next week. We'll start to see that change happen. There'll be a cold front come down, and then eventually some colder air coming down into the Ohio Valley in the Northeast early of next week. And then after that, take a look at this, guys. Big old blob of cold air coming down here into much of the country. And both the GFS and the European have been pretty much in support of that happening over the next couple of days as we go into next week. But this will be a pretty decent little cool down here. And this will once again also bring that fall weather in here. We also could see some snow showers break out up into Canada as well. So lots of things going to be changing after this week with our weather pattern. And even after that, things become a little bit more uncertain of what's going to happen. But it's definitely going to be supportive for some crazy weather episodes ahead. Let's see instability. Let's see what we're looking at here with instability. Let's see if we've got any changes with this. Not seeing anything That's into Sunday. So yeah, there's not a lot of instability to work with the severe weather setup this weekend. So I don't think we'll have too much of an issue. We'll take a sounding here in Minnesota. See what this does. Yeah, there's just not going to be a lot with this. Let me zoom back out. There we go. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of support with these. It's a very nice slinky in terms of, or your photograph for tornado potential, but there's just not a lot of instability to work with these systems. So it's kind of expected at this point. Until we get more instability brewing, we're not going to see a lot of these severe weather threats quite yet. Now, there's more instability as we go towards next week for severe weather. Let's take a sounding here. We got a little front coming through in the Ohio Valley. Let's take a look at this. All right, marginal severe weather. Not bad. Let me get rid of this here. So we'll have the potential for some severe weather, but not anything too impressive as of right now. Now, as we go towards the middle of October, I definitely think we'll start to see some severe weather in places. You see these signals into the future here. This is way far out, but you'll start to see the potential for severe weather to go into the rest of the month of October. Yeah, like I said, you've got like a weak tornado risk here potentially. So that's something to kind of make note of. I'm actually going to start using this a lot more. This is a lot more prettier in terms of forecasting. So lots of things to watch for. Models can change. You guys know that as much as I do. So we'll start to see the Gulf spinning up instability again. So, but let's look at supercell composite here. Yeah, there's not a lot in terms of severe weather the next couple of days. There's something that's like 340 hours out. That's way too far out. There's not much there with it either, though. Yeah. Will be interesting to see what happens with that fall severe weather season. So let's look at, hold on a moment. I don't know if it'll let me look at the tropics. That's not what I wanted. See if the models are spitting out anything with this. So there's our tropical wave. This is going to be by early next week. That's what the GFS is putting down with it. That is going to be at 144 hours out. So this tropical wave may be named by next Monday or Tuesday if support still holds with it. So, but it does look to be very favorable for tropical cyclone development. So that'll be our wave right there. It'll eventually start to move to the west. And then, like I said, the models are really all over where this is going to go in the future. So may even have a tropical storm or hurricane by next weekend. But like I said, this is way too far out to really speculate on at this point. So that's crazy, bro, for that sounding though. That's insane, actually. Actually insane. So we got lots of things to watch. See if the ensembles show it. It's not what I wanted. Also not what I wanted. Nope. Anyways. But yeah, guys, we'll keep you guys updated if anything changes. We'll have some small updates here and throughout as time goes on. Like I said, there's just way too much, but I want you guys to see too. Look at this. Look at this. Let me move back here. This is interesting. Let me turn these lows off real quick. This is in the future, way too far out. So there's our first tropical wave. There it is, potentially moving out to sea. And then look at this. Look at this. Ready? Into the run. We start to get a lot of tracks out here in the gyro where something could kind of go west, could go north, could go east. So that's what I'm watching for, is what happens after October 10th. That's where I want to see what happens after October 10th. So more than likely, in a nutshell, the way this hurricane season has gone, we'll probably see something kind of skirt out to sea like this, and then we'll have to watch the Caribbean and the Gulf. So we just watch at this point, guys. There's not much to really talk about other than we'll see what happens. So I am going to be doing, guys, a game stream. We'll be switching over to some Fortnite. We're going to be also, for any of my gamers in here, I will be streaming the beta Black Ops 7 that comes out tomorrow for Call of Duty. So if you are intrigued and want to watch that stream, I'll be streaming that bright and early tomorrow. We'll also be streaming Fortnite tomorrow. So we'll have a couple more gaming streams over the next couple of days. If y'all want to come in and hang out and have some fun before we get back into weather, I always like to meet you guys, come hop in and hang out. So yeah, beta comes out tomorrow for pre-orders. I pre-ordered COD last night for $106, and beta starts tomorrow. Legitimately, it starts literally, actually, I think at midnight tonight. I'll have to double check on it and see, but I think that's around where it's at. Either midnight tonight or tomorrow. But I will be streaming it tomorrow all day. I'm super freaking excited. I'm a huge COD player, guys, believe it or not. Any update in storms brewing in the east? Not too much, Paradise. We're, in terms of, like, you know, rain or anything, you guys should be fine. I don't see too much of an issue. I'm pumped up. You're not wrong, dude. I'm ready for it. I'm so excited. Also, guys, I have some super exciting news. I officially got approved today to basically have enough money financially to go to school for my last 2 semesters full time without having to pay anything out of pocket. I got told that today. So I will have my couple of classes for the spring semester from this January to next May covered. I will have fall of next year covered, and I'll have spring of 2027 covered. And by then, my 2-year associates in science will be done. And then I have to make a decision. Do I want to finish my last 2 years of meteorology school at OU, Penn State, Mississippi State? My GPA is almost a 4.0, so I basically will have options to go anywhere I want with that transfer. So I had big decisions to make after 2027 semester. So, and then after that, where does Mesomat want to go? Does he want to go work in a news station, or do I want to continue streaming for you guys? Probably streaming for you guys because I love doing this. So, and another thing too, guys, I typically am really good at posting updates. Once I start back in school in January, there won't be a lot of these late night weather updates. I will mostly be doing updates very early in the morning. I'll have my videos out every day for you guys very early in the morning because I'll have to. But most of the live streams will only be if I have to cover something. So you guys won't have these update streams a lot. You're going to have to rely on those videos that I post, those quick video updates, because I'll be in school a lot. So that's just something y'all have to get used to. Some of y'all get mad because I'm not live all the time. That might be the reason why, but I've got to get this degree done. I want to get it done. That way I stop getting called a idiot and somebody that doesn't know, I don't know about weather because I'm not degreed, all that kind of crap. It doesn't bother me, but I want to shut people up and say, hey, I'm a degreed meteorologist. Screw you. Just kidding. You guys feel it though. If you've been here watching for a while, you see it in the streams a lot. So, big goals in front of us here. Big goals, which is exciting. So, but yeah, we're going to have some fun over the next couple of days. When somebody comes in and says, are you a degreed meteorologist? I'm going to be like, yep, yes, I am. I literally am. Screw you. That'll be in about 3 years. That'll literally be in 3 years. I'll be able to say that in 3 years officially. Screw you. Like, legitimately, like, yes, I am. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Not that I don't know what I'm talking about before, but I know more of what I'm talking about. So, but that is a lot of lines. Ow. Dude, literally, I'm gonna angle the camera or something to where I'm gonna have a camera just on my degree that says degree met from here. And they're gonna be like, oh my God, I trust you now. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, screw you too. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm excited. I've done weather coverage, guys, for 8 years without a degree. I don't necessarily think I have to have one, but it's going to be more of a reassurance thing. And anything that I don't know in the weather world or I'm not too confident on, because there's still a lot of stuff I don't know about. I'm not a degreed med. I still have 3 more years of schooling to go through. So, you know, anything that I don't know about, I'll be able to teach you guys more once I learn it, which is exciting. I've had the last year off from school. I haven't done any schooling since fall of last year, and I passed all 4 of my classes with an A's and B's. Thanks to a couple help of people on my team that are majors in science because I hate biology and it sucks, but yeah. So. First time seeing you, so let me ask you. It's not a hurricane yet, so I don't know the answers to that. Oh, I appreciate that, Nick. I appreciate that. Yeah, Bradford, I can't answer that because we don't have a storm yet, and I'm not going to go off of model runs because they're going to more than likely change. I would say if you're in Florida, just be paying attention. There's not any cause for alarm or concern right now. I know you're going to probably see people posting, major hurricane, October 15th, smacking Florida like a little bitch. Get ready. And then people are going to get scared because people want to make money. That's at the end of the day. People want to make money off of videos like that. And it's absolutely stupid. It's going to be very active the next couple of weeks. Seeing that 20% come out today on October 1st made me think, oh God, here we go again. We're about to be busy, 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 busy. So, I appreciate that, Luke. I appreciate it. Listen, guys, I am not afraid to speak my opinion, and I'm not afraid to say things. Like, I'm not censored, and that's just how it is. I'm very trustworthy and professional when I need to be, but when it comes down to like the disrespect that I get from people in my live streams, I will call people out. I will freaking call people out. Absolutely. People say, oh, that's not professional. If you're going to do this professionally, don't call people out. Ignore the haters. I don't care. I'll make someone's day. Don't come into my live stream and tell me what to do. Like, I do my own streams the way I want to do my streams. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else. Go watch half the other people on the social media site that don't know how to talk about weather and forecast it wrong. There's a lot of good people on this app that I've met friends with that do weather and that are Mets, and there's a lot of not great people. Literally. Literally. So it's my platform at the end of the day, and I'm going to do as I do with it. So I have respect for people, and I have respect for the people that watch and what I do, but I'll make a joke sometimes. Why not? Yeah, Melda's going out to sea. Hurricane and Melda will be going way away from the East Coast. I'm going to be gaming on TikTok tonight. We'll be gaming on TikTok. Once we get done here in a few minutes, we're going to switch over to Fortnite. We're going to stream some Fortnite tonight. And then we'll have a lot of game streaming tomorrow. So, lots of that fun old stuff to watch. I bet you we'll probably have a orange blob by tomorrow, more than likely, just with the support guidance we're getting. I got a solo win earlier today. It was a lot of fun. So, finally. The one game I play today, and it does that. So, y'all got any more questions for me before I wrap the stream up? Once again, I appreciate all the love, all the gifts, all the follows. Y'all are awesome. Super supportive. What's the timing for this one? 14 days away from being any issues. We are going to be watching this wave for the next 7 to 14 days. It's not going to be moving anywhere anytime soon. Very slow. Very, very slow. We will be talking about this wave in this area by next Friday, more than likely. Next Thursday or next Friday, probably. It's going to be a while. So. But yes, super excited though, guys. We're gonna get busy again. I like being busy. I like talking about weather. It's gonna be awesome. So. All right. Not another, I know, right? Literally. Another one. Yep, guys, another one. As DJ Khaled would say, another one. Literally. Yeah, we're watching for the potential maybe as we go towards the next 8+ days of something down here. There's not a lot of support on it, but there's some. So when NHC highlights something down here, we'll definitely be on here focusing on this. This will be past October 10th when something happens, more than likely. But when something gets highlighted down here, everybody pays attention. These waves don't get covered too much because a lot of people think that they're going to not be an issue. Another one. So. By the way, guys, I'm really trying to push this if it's very possible. If there's anybody in here that would like to support, if you got $4.99 a month to spare, head over to YouTube, become a member. You can subscribe for free to my YouTube channel. We're also live on there, but I'm really trying to push the memberships. $4.99 a month to become a member. You get access to live streams, certain live streams over there, Q&As, all that stuff. So that's the best way to support. I'm really just trying to push that. So if you would like to be a part of that membership over there, definitely worth it at the end of the day. Also, if you ever want to dono and support, you can also use a super chat over there as well. Pretty cool features. We had our highest super chat yesterday from Claire at $25, or the other day from Claire at $25, and it's very much appreciated, and I get all of it. So it's not like TikTok takes all of it. So. But yeah. I know, I want to get everybody to move over to YT. I really, really do. I want to eventually, guys, really at the end of the day, and I've said this for almost a year now, and I'm trying to push it, and it's so hard not to because we just had 100K on TikTok. But with TikTok changing so much and the new algorithm change is getting ready to happen, I really, at the end of the day, want to move over to YT full-time. I want to be on YouTube full-time. Like, that is my goal at the end of the day. But it's trying to get all of you guys to move over there. So if you guys want to keep up with me, the best way to do that's going to be my YouTube channel. I post my videos on there first in the morning. They're a lot longer. They're more in-depth, and the streams look a lot better. A lot better. So if you love Mozomat, do me a favor, head on over there, sub, it's free. If you want to become a member, you got $4.99 to drop, absolutely do it. If you don't like YT and you want to stay on TikTok, it's absolutely fine. But I don't know how long we're going to be on TikTok for, especially with these major changes coming. So. I'm glad you guys get the YouTube notifications. That makes me feel better, though. I upload that video first before TikTok because it takes longer. And you get to see the crazy thumbnails that I make. Is Lainey gonna play? Interesting. Sarah, are you still in here? I don't know if Sarah's in here or not. She probably is not in here. I don't know what she's doing. Anyways, am I gonna go live on Twitch tonight? Probably not tonight. We'll probably do that. We'll probably stream TikTok and the Purple app tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna run some Fortnite. We're gonna switch over to Fortnite here in just a little bit. Do some game streams while we still got a couple more days. Guys, I'll be running Call of Duty beta tomorrow. So if you want to come watch that shit show, that'll be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow. We'll be probably starting the stream right around... Actually, I'll be probably... If I can get up early tomorrow morning and get my videos out, we'll have a Fortnite stream first, and then we'll have COD because Fortnite's doing their Fortnite Mirrors K-pop Demon Hunter update tonight. So I'll be definitely excited for that. That'll be fun to watch tomorrow. Oh, that'll be fun, Lainey. That'll be a lot of fun. Is this a new tropical storm? It's a new system we're watching. It's not named or anything like that yet. So. All right, y'all. I'll give y'all 2 more minutes, and then we're going to wrap this stream up, and we're going to switch over to a game stream. Yeah, more than likely it'll become something. Pretty favorable conditions. So. I know, right, Justin? For real, dude. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, I think you guys are good to go. I don't see too much else of an issue with anything. I'm on a cruise ship and the water is so choppy. Oh, I bet it is, Jess. I bet it is. I bet it is. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, is it heading toward the Caribbean. That's kind of my worst fear. A lot of the support does take this thing north once it gets toward the islands, but that's not a guarantee. Yeah, Bermuda is getting slammed. They're getting those Cat 2 wins. So. But yeah, guys. I'll have another live update for you guys tomorrow if anything crazy changes. We'll do some weather updates tomorrow night, but I don't think we'll see anything too crazy. The yellow is the next system we're watching. Yep, that got highlighted today. 20% chance right now. That number will more than likely go up over time. So, Allie G, good to see you. Allie, you still need to call me, by the way. I still need to chat with you. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. Florida right now, you guys are actually about to get a lot of rainfall. I meant to go over that real quick, actually. Florida's about to see a lot of rainfall from some tropical moisture. Is that another fish storm? I don't know. I don't know. I got a weird feeling on the next one. That's fine, Allie. That's fine. Here's the rainfall over the next 7 days for the east side of Florida. We are going to have some flooding issues, and this is just due to tropical downpours. Florida is about to get a lot of rain. A lot of rain. Anywhere in the yellow here from basically Savannah, Georgia down towards Daytona Beach and Miami, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of rainfall over the next 7 to 10 days, just from tropical downpours. Nothing tropical associated other than just the thunderstorms. This is going to be some ridiculous flooding potentially for you guys. So, not great seeing that. The model's been very, very consistent with that. Oh, look, guys, if you guys can all wish my lovely significant other Spider in the chat a happy birthday. She is 26 today. Also follow her. She is in the living room, probably tired as hell. Let's follow her and get her to 5,000 followers. She is so close, guys. We literally have enough people in here to follow her. Get her to 5K. She is 63 away. We love Roro. I'm coming from Jamaica, ahead of the Bahamas. Yeah, Jess, I'll know more information as we go into next week. This storm's going to take a long time to get there. A good amount of time. Guys, Rochelle's going to play Fortnite with us tonight, I think, on stream. If she's still up for that. I think she is. I'm hoping so. Maybe. Are you playing Fortnite, babe? That's what we're doing next. All right, y'all. There's an update for COD. Yeah, I already updated mine. It's for the beta that starts tomorrow. I know, we need to get Rowan on the birthday game stream. We do. We do. Guys, all in favor for Rochelle on a game stream. Yes. Yeah, we went over everything. There's not much going on with the Tropics other than that new area that we're watching. We'll know more over the next couple of days. There's just not a lot with it. I want to get Roro in a box and play. Yeah. Yay. She's going to get on, hopefully. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and switch over and get that gaming stream set up. Thank you guys for the rose and the lightning. I appreciate it, Ferris and Jess. Angela as well. Thank you for the heart me. I will see y'all back in here for just a little bit. We're going to start that stream here in just a few minutes. Other than that, what's up, Nick? Good to see you. Any big cooldowns for the Midwest next week? Next week, potentially 15 to 20 degree below average temps coming. So absolutely possible next week. I'll have more on that in my video tomorrow, as well as on stream tomorrow. So. But yes, we're going to get off, guys. I love y'all. Thank you for the support, the taps, the gifts. As always, I love you guys. You're amazing. Update tomorrow. Big game stream tomorrow. We're going to come back and celebrate Rose's birthday tonight. I'll see y'all back in here in just a few minutes. Good